Hello, and another hello just to be on the safe side. Okay, I'm just setting up as per usual, so we'll be with you shortly. Tell you what, it's gone really warm today. Really warm. Want it on a live chat. Hello there, Julie. And I might have to put my little fan on because it's whoo. Come. We go. That's what we want to do. And save that. And where are we? Are we there? Hello there, Catherine. Hello there. Ooh, Duchette. I think that is. Duchette. Whichever. Hi there, Mumsy. Hoping the internet behaves tonight. You'll have to have a word with it, Julie. It wasn't playing well last night, was it? Sally, hello there. She's so excited to catch me live. I'm anxious to see how you get that emblem off the old book. Hello there, Stumpy. She caught me right at the very start. Oh, let me have a slurp of my tea. Way up, hang on. I'm a bit skewiffy, aren't I? Let's just do that. Sorry, just pronounced duck. Okay, so it's ducket. Hi there, Poppy. Hi, Jean. I like that. I've spoken to it severely, says Julie. Love it. Let me just refresh my page a minute. Okay. Top chat, change that to live chat. Hello there, Sturdy. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Jean. Nice to see you all here. How lovely. It's the Queen's birthday on June the 2nd. Oh, I can't remember the date. I know that we're having a big, long weekend this weekend of celebrations. We even get a special extra day off on Monday as a special bank holiday. So, hi there, Annie. Hooray, I can actually watch live and comment to other people, not just myself. I like that, Annie. Hi there, Helena. Is it Helena or Helena? Hi there, Margaret. Hi, Diana. Oh, it's lovely to see so many of you here. Hi there, oh, blummy neck. Hang on. Milagro Pastoriza colon. Oh, that's rather a mouthful, isn't it? Hi there, Mila. Mila. Not quite sure how you pronounce that one either. Look, I'm just going to have to give you all initials from now on. A, B, C, D. Is it, Carol? I thought it was just Thursday, Friday this week. Yeah, and Monday. So we get Monday off as an extra. I thought it was that way anyway, Julie. I could be wrong. Helena. There we go. Thank you very much for clarifying that. Whereas you see, I'd have been calling you Helena. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Barb. Hi, Helen B. Oh, there's loads of you here. How lovely. You see my poorly arm, look. Oh, my psoriasis, look, it's all flared up. And I've been sitting out in the sun as well. Poorly arm. That's the worst of it. I've got a little bit on this arm, but that's the worst of it. I've been called worse. Hey, me too. Macrame, sturdy, not macrame. I'll tell you what made me laugh. What was it Susan put yesterday? Susan put, Popo, she put something in the comments of, about, you know how I showed in last night's live video how to go about putting the subtitles on and changing the language on it. Oh, blooming heck, Susan. 2 o'clock in the morning where you are in Australia. Get yourself to bed, lass. Watch the replay in the morning. Oh, it's not Monday as well. Oh, I thought it was. Anyway, Popo put in the comments, still can't understand you, and I've checked and they don't do a Texas translation. Cheeky monkey. Hi, y'all. There you go, Susan. That's as near to Texan as I'm going to get. Hi, y'all. Okay, I've got my 2 royal journals here, but I'm actually going to put them all to one side for a moment. Hi there, Jane. Nice to see you. Because I am going to quickly go through the pop-up shop goodies. Oh, good cup of tea. I've got granddaughter here. So I've got to send her a text message later on to tell her to put tea on, because we're having, it's become one of her specialities that I taught her. So we're having chicken in a white sauce with a lime and coriander rice. So I've got to text her later on to say, right, you can start cooking dinner now. But I keep sending down messages going, can you make me a cup of tea? Oh dear. I was thinking about a British to American translation and figured Susan, the Hottie Popo, would be ahead of me on it. She's a cheeky one, that one. She'll be working. She can text me too, Carol. Sounds lovely. Oh, here we go. Her ears were burning. Look, we were talking about her. Oh, she's in a meeting. Shh. We were talking about you, Susan. I was saying about your comment last night, saying that you couldn't find Texan. So I said the only Texan that I know is, hi, y'all. Then that's about it. So even that's pants. Anyway, right. Pop-up shop goodies. So it is the pop-up shop this weekend. So these are the seam binding colours that I have. For those of you that are new, because there are some names in amongst the live chat that I don't recognise. So you might be new to my channel. If you're not, then you know what I'm on about. But I have a pop-up shop once a month on my Facebook group. And it runs from Saturday morning, 10 o'clock UK time, to Sunday evening, and then it closes, and I collate all the orders, contact everyone with how much their balance is. They send me their moolah, and then I send them the goodies during the week. Okay, so I sell seam binding, and this month's seam binding is there's pink, off-white, cream, plum, peacock, and lemon. Okay. So those are the seam bindings, and they come in 5 meter lengths. I do send abroad, but you will need to take into account that that there will be postage on top. It doesn't cost me as much to send from here to America, although it has actually recently gone up. But I don't sell the seam binding. I don't dye it. I sell it as it comes, so it's already pre-coloured. All right. So, but you get 5 meters. All right. So that's that bit. Oh God, I've run out of space. Put you there. Next on the list is this. So I have a few kits left over from last month, which is this is the project that I was hoping to do this Sunday, but because it's the Jubilee weekend, I'm holding off until next Sunday, where I'm going to do an all-day craft along using this kit. Okay, and I've got 8 of these left. So if you want one of these, there's 8 left. Once they're gone, they're gone. I can't get any more. And in the kit is okay, so there's this pack. I'm not going to undo it all. There's this pack which has got 6 different cards in. So I'm going to show how to make journals with greetings cards. Then there is this paper pack. Okay, an 8x8 paper pack. And then there are some printed sheets with images on and some words and some more printed images that can be used as well. But in here, there's some lovely pre-cut die cut pieces, very vintagey looking. I don't know whether you can see them well enough. Bring it down a bit more, Carol. There you go. And there's some sequins and glitzy bits and ribbon and all sorts of different little bits in there. Okay, so there's only 8 of those packs left. And as I say, once they're gone, they is gone. So that's that one. Ooh, come on. Cover yourself. Okay, where am I going to put that? Put it on the floor. Next is I've managed to get a few more of these. So I've got some packs of 2 of the big antique brass nameplates, 1 of the fancy ones and 1 of the narrow ones. So bring that up closer. That's the that way a bit. That's the fancy one. Okay, so they're metal, they're quite thick. So there's going to be those. And it's different every month. Every month I do something a little bit different in them. And what I'm trying to do now is sort of a kit a month, and then I'll leave it a month, and then the kit that I'm going to be showing you in a bit, we will work on in July. Okay. Then there is going to be a fabric and I'll call it threads. Will I call it threads? I don't know. Fabric and fluffy frilly bits. Okay. So there is going to be this piece of reddish foil, which again, we can use this in the Royal Journal. And put in this piece of floral fabric. Again, I'm going to be using this fibres. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Karen. I'm going to be using this in my Royal Journal because I'm going to be fussy cutting out some of these flowers. And this piece of fabric, which is like a really lovely soft sort of velvety type fabric. And then there's 2 pieces of this real deep, lovely, rich, plummy purple, almost like a velvet fabric as well. And I'm going to be showing you something with this a little bit later on in today's video so that you can see the reasoning behind why you've got this. Now, I've got to tell you, I hope she doesn't watch this, but granddaughter cut these fabrics up. So I'm afraid they're not quite all square, and she's cut them a little bit jagged. Bless her little cottons. She tried. So there's those. And then the fibres, of which, hang on a minute, you all spelt it wrong. You see, in the UK, we spell fibres Fibres, not ERS. Just saying, like, just saying, you know, just saying. So there's 3 meters of each one that you see on here. There you go. See, Jubilee knows. So we've got this lovely fluffy green. There's a little bit of fluffy green with a bit of purple, different shades of purple in there. So there's that one. And then in this one, there's a blue and a red. And a red. Oh, do you know? I always forget the name of this stuff. What's it called? Begins with a W. W? W. Oh. Eyelash trim. See, don't begin with a W at all. Talking out my bum. Yeah, begins with a W. Eyelash trim. Opposite ends of the blooming alphabet. So it's got this lovely metallic red eyelash trim, or Y-lash trim. And a red and blue, white and blue one. So again, for those that are maybe doing the British journal, that's ideal for that one. And then this one, I love this one, and it's got this lovely eyelash trim, but it's got these chunky oblong pom-poms in it as well. I love that one. So that's one of the packs that's available. I'll put them away. God. If you were wanting kind of sensible, you've come to the wrong place. I'll get sensible later on when I'm teaching, but in the interim, you've no chance. Why lash? Oh dear. What a numpty. I told you, I forget it. The other word that I always used to forget as well is brads. I never remember the word brads. Oh, I think I need cue cards in front of me. Okay, so fabrics and fibres. Now then, this is next month's kit that will be available tomorrow. Slurping my cup of tea. And I have to tell you, I really like this one. It's pretty. So we have put all this to one side. Got this big piece of wallpaper, which I'll show you in a sec. But hidden inside the wallpaper is a notebook, and they're all different. But they're all full of blank pages. So I'm going to show you how to make a journal using this book, using the wallpaper as the cover. Okay, I folded it as gently as I can, but it might need pressing when it gets to the other end. And then that's the other side. And I thought, wouldn't that be pretty on a front cover? And I don't know whether you can see, but it's got all metallic-y glitter in it as well. I don't know whether the camera will pick that up, but it's all glitterified. Okay, so I thought that on the front cover would look lovely. Oh God, I've got bits of red fibre everywhere. So you get that big piece of wallpaper, and then all of these we can fussy cut out, and the leaves as well, and I use those for decoration. So that's that. You also get there's a double page there and a double page there, from a book that I'd got. Let me bring these down just a touch because I can see I'm slightly out of frame. Okay, so you get 4 sheets of that, and these make beautiful long tags, and that could be the back of the tag. Then you get 2 sheets of this sort of pinky brown, I don't know whether, again, you'll see that, dotty paper. And these have been printed on my inkjet printer, so we can't get them wet on the front. Then you get a double page spread from another book, which was a watercolorist's book. So that has got some beautiful images in it, and you'll all get different, because obviously you'll all get different pages from the book. There is a piece of the yellowy green ledger paper, which we tend not to use this colour here in the UK. There's 2 sheets of this yellowy lined paper. There is 2 excuse me, 2 paper doilies, oval paper doilies. There's half a napkin. Oh, is someone going? Toodle Pips, thank you for joining us. Hi there, Laurie Lee, and anyone else that I've missed that's just come in. So you get half a paper napkin with these roses on. And, whoops, a piece of curtain lace. 2 of my favourite envelopes with that pearlescent feathery look. 2 glassine envelopes. 2 long glassine bags. So that's the main part of the kit. We'll put that back in the bag. So I thought this would make a lovely summary journal. So that's the main part of the kit. And then you also get, and I'm going to check you all in a minute and see if you notice what the obvious mistake is in this pack. Okay. So there's all sorts of little bits and pieces in here, which includes some green eyelash trim. There's 4 little paper clips, the little teeny tiny ones, look, with a little heart. Aren't they cute? So cute. So there's 4 of those. There's a little piece of blue lace. There's a little piece of Hessian with some lace over the top. It's actually got wire edging in. There's a little piece of pink lace. There's these guest checks. I think there's 4 of these. These are the thin paper types that when you write it does the copy. I can't think of the word. And then there is a little piece of this lace. I love this lace. So pretty. So pretty. There's a meter of seam binding, and there's a couple of different colours, so depending on which pack you get as to which colour. And then there's a tiny piece of sari fabric, and again every pack's different, so you might get a different one to this one, but it's got a little bit of trim on there. Carbonless, thank you. See, it's handy having you lot about. Right, has anyone noticed the obvious mistake yet? I've stopped scratching my arm. Ugh. Okay, seeing as none of you have mentioned what it is, what does that say at the top? There's a space there for the cross on the T. but they haven't put it in. So it says a guessy check. As I say, the space is there for the T to go across, but they've kind of missed it out. And I only noticed it as I was packing it up today. I've had these for a couple of months now. Never noticed it. But, you know, if we do a bit of decorating on it, you won't notice it, will you? Right, I've got to pack this back again now, see if I can do it. So all of that is one kit. And there is only 20 of those available. Okay. So once they're gone, they's gone. And then what we'll do is in July, on one of the Sundays in July, I will spend all day having a craft along, using all these materials from the kit to show you how to make a lovely journal from it. Okay. Yeah, you'll have unique guessy checks. Right, so that's that kit. Okay, now there's one extra thing. If you buy the kit, you also get the new digital kit, so that this will work with this. Okay, so you get the physical kit, and then I send you the PDF of this digital kit. You can just buy the digital kit on its own. So if you don't want the material kit and you want just the digital kit, then you can just get it on its own. It's only available in the pop-up shop at the moment. All right, this will be available in my Etsy shop, but you get it at a slightly reduced price before it goes into Etsy. Okay, so page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. I love these. These were from an old book where they put the name of the plant here, and then they all sort of made notes about it. All different people made notes on the plant cards. But I've put one in that's blank so that you can put your own information on. Obviously it's got the title of the plant up there, but and then there's this page with this lovely long envelope on it, and that card fits inside this envelope. And then there's this page, and I've put in the image of this lady because I thought, well, you know, if we want it, so many people are doing it these days. So I've named her Ruth. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. But I thought this could be Ruth's spring/summer journal, where she's talking about all the plants and the birds and what have you. So that's our Ruth. I've made a couple of envelopes which I've left blank so that they can be decorated up as you wanted to. I've put this one on here so that this sort of fits on the top here if you want to add that. And then the penultimate page in the kit has got an ornamental set of an alphabet set. It's got some butterfly tea cards and another image there. And then I've put this one in, which looks like a vintage paper, so that we can have that as extra pages in our journal as well. All right, so you can either buy the kit with the digital kit, or just the digital kit. Okay, but if you order the kit, don't then go and order this, because this is included with that. Okay, actually we do have a Ruth Tinson in the family, my ex-sister-in-law. Okay, so everything's now chucked on the floor now. That is all the pop-up shop stuff for this weekend. And as I say, it starts 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to swig a tea. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning and finishes on Sunday evening. And it's first come, first served on all products. Okay, so the reason why I've got this journal out if you have been joining us going through how I went about making these two different journals, because they're both made in different ways with Reader's Digest book. If you have watched those, you may remember that, if I can get this undone, there we go, in the center of this second signature I did the rolly up scroll thing, which I'm not going to undo. But the rolly up scroll thing. So you know how I aged this the genealogical table of the royal line. I thought that would be lovely stuck onto that scrolly bit. I'm gonna have to remember I've moved the camera. Hang on, let me just push it back just a bit more. There we go, that's a bit better. So I was going to put this on that scroll bit. Okay, now that's that finished with. But what I'm making embellishment wise for this journal, I'm actually going to be making the same thing again and putting them in this journal. It will be slightly different because obviously the pages are different and I've added different sorts of pockets and that in there. But essentially the embellishments that I make for this one will also be going into this one as well. Okay. I said that I was going to show you how to do the wax seal. Can't find it at the minute. And I have been busy packing up the pop-up shop stuff. So tomorrow I've got a little bit more time. So I will try and my best to find it tomorrow. Yeah, I just can't think at the moment where it is that I've put it. But on the back of the paper, I got one of my extra large stamps out. And I don't have the name of it. It's this one, which is really pretty. I don't know whether you can see that okay. Maybe not. For some reason the image isn't particularly clear, but I just used old paper distressing to oh no I didn't, I tell a lie. I used the old paper to start with and it didn't work properly, so I ended up using coffee archival ink, and I didn't want a full impression of it. I only sort of lightly pushed in certain places so that bits of it were missing. I actually did do that on purpose. Believe it or not, that would be my normal stamping technique. But I did actually do that one on purpose. So that is going behind that pocket there. Now the next thing that I thought about doing, because I was sort of toying with what to do decoration wise on here, so I have got some little mini pearlized buttons. This is where you just get to sit and watch me play now. So I'm going to use one of my crewel embroidery needles. I've actually got, because I used to do a little bit of gold work embroidery, I have got some metallic gold thread. I've put my ring as well. Oh, thank you, Laurie Lee. That's really kind of you. I've put my ring on me. on my finger there. It's normally on this one. But I decided to try it here, and it's actually quite comfortable. I was quite surprised. Now then, can she see the eye? I'm sticking my tongue out, so that should help. Oh. Ooh. Might have to split the thread. Nah. Right. I forgot the needle. I just got the thread in my mouth. I want them in it. Put the needle away. I'll do it without the needle. That's all there is to it. Okay. So I'm going to pop that through there. Oh, look, I managed to do it without the needle. That's amazing, isn't it? So I've gone from the front through to the back, and then from the back through to the front. And I'm just going to tie that off. I'm ignoring my granddaughter to watch this. Oh, Janice. That's naughty. Okay, let's see if I can do a little bow. You're not going to be able to see me doing this little bow because it's petite. Well, doobie 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 doo. More fingers and thumbs. Oh, woo! Pull that in, pull that in, pull that in. I really want a little bow. Okay. Oh, little scissors are downstairs. And then take off that excess. Oh, hang on. Move my bin. So I'll now have, you see that little bow. It's not very good at zooming in, this camera. Okay. It's not very clear, that, is it? It's got a little bit further out. Anyway, it's got a little bow on it. So that's a tiny pearlised button with a little metallic bow. And I want glossy accents. I went to put a little bit more gold on there as well. So a little drop of glossy accents on there if it'll come. Fiddle-a-diddle-a-dee. Let's try that. Hi there, Marika. No, you're not late. I'm only just starting on the journal. I was showing the pop-up shop stuff. So this is the first thing I've glued in place. So I'm going to put that little button there, and I'm going to add 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I'm not going to torture you with me doing another 2 bows, but that's what I shall be doing on that pocket there. And then, as I say, once I've found that seal, I will add a seal on here. I've got dried flour there. I'll have to use that. So that's what I'm going to do on there. Okay. put them off to one side now, because as I say, I'm not going to torture you and get you to watch me doing them silly bows. Hi there, Emma. I've only just started on this. You're all right. So I was busy showing pop-up shop stuff earlier. Right, so let's put them away. Do you like my little teacup? I'm a little teacup. Oh no, it's teapot, that, isn't it? I'm a little teapot, short and stout. All right. So that's my little teacup with my buttons in. Now then, some of you will remember that last night, I'm going to get 2 books out. Oh, blimey, they weigh a ton. I've got 2 of these books. One of which I'm cutting up, one of which I'm keeping. These are Queen Elizabeth's father. Come on, Margaret, seeing as you're on. George, is it George? Her father? 7th, 8th, I think. Margaret will know. She'll put it in chat in a minute. So this is her father's coronation book. And I'm cutting this one up and keeping this one. Right? But we'll need that in a minute. And I talked about this had started to come away, and I was trying to peel it off, but it got so far and it just started shredding, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it. So I've left it, and I came up with a few ideas of what I could do. So after the video had finished, I went on to do something, of which I'm going to show you now. So I tried it with just ordinary tracing paper, and it was too thin. But I remembered that I'd got some metallic tracing paper, tissue paper, sorry, not tracing paper, tissue paper. And I'd got my Dina Wakley Media Scribble Sticks, which I haven't really used. And I'd got a purple one. And so I placed it on the tissue paper on top. And I started doing a rubbing of it. Right. So I stuck this down. You'll see I've got a finished one. I stuck this down with a little bit of tape to hold it in place. And then I just basically started making a rubbing of it. So I'll do a little bit for you to see. And it started making a really nice rubbing of this part here. Okay. So in the end, I used up the purple. So I did a rubbing over the whole thing in purple on this gold tissue paper. Then I used blue for this little bit here. So I went over that bit with the blue. And then I went over the whole thing with a tiny bit of the yellow. And this is what I ended up with. Okay, so that's the piece that I've ended up with. Let me just do a refresh. Hang on, because I think that for me, chat has stuck. Just bear with me a minute. Oh, it's doing the stupid thing. Come on. Live chat. Oh, it's taking me right the way back to the beginning. We don't want that. Okay, there we go. Right, so I did the rubbing of the whole thing, and that's what it turned out like. this was a slightly thicker piece of tissue paper than that piece that I've just demonstrated on, and it was a slightly darker shade of gold. So you can see, look, that it's even picked up the background. This is sort of very circular, lumpy, bumpy. So it's picked up the background. I did it all in purple. So get the colours out again. So I did the whole thing in purple. I then went over the top of the cushion with a little bit of the blue so that it's got that purpley blue hue in it. And then I went over this bit here, over the purple with the yellow. Excuse me. And it's given me a really nice image that I can now use. Now, because it's on tissue paper, it's going to be quite delicate. So I'm going to use this in my journal as though it's like a book plate. So I'm just sticking it in. I'm not using it as any kind of pocket or anything like that. I'm just going to stick it in as it is. So I'm going to do that now. But there's just one other thing that I wanted to show you. Oh, two things. Three things. I lied. So I'd also got some copper tissue paper as well. So I could have done it in the copper. So have a look out for some metallic tissue papers. But I'd also got this this metal, which is for embossing, but this is a really hard metal. And I'm going to cut just a tiny bit off. And we're just going to give it a little bit of a go. I don't know how it's going to work. And the edges could be quite rough, so I'm not going to use it. But I just want to give it a go because I thought, well, if any of you have got any of this, you might think, ooh, I wonder if that'll work. So let's just take that off there. I don't know if I need a special kind of tool. I wonder. Let's have a go. First of all with maybe this. Oop. Don't move it, Carol. Picks up a bit of an impression. Let's have a go with one of these. See if that makes a difference. Oh, that gives a better impression. But still, so yeah, kind of works. But I prefer my tracing paper version. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that that's an alternative option. That if you're more proficient at that than I, you may wish to use that. Pop that in there. Save that for another day. Another 20 years or so. I think I've had these about 10 or 15 years, these. In fact, look, £7.70. Bet they're about £15 now, those. Had them for years and never done anything with them. So that's that, and that's that. But I thought it worked quite well with the scribble sticks. But there's also the distress crayons. You could try it with distress crayons as well. Okay, Carol, where are you going to put that? I really have run out of space. Okay. So that's what I ended up doing with that in the end. And I'm going to put it here on this page. So I need to cut it out. Now, I need to be careful because I can't afford to mess this up. So I'm going to cut it out with my scissors rather than on the paper trimmer. Just purely because I don't want the blade to snag, as is likely to happen because it always does, doesn't it? That you want it to cut something out really nicely and then it snags. And especially something as delicate as the tissue paper. Okay. Now, obviously, that book was from 1937. And I did catch a little bit of the date on there. And I don't want that date on, do I? So I'm just going to cut out Coronation. Now I can trim that side down a little bit more. And I've gone off a little bit wonky donkey on that side, so we'll trim a little bit of extra off on that. It's actually made a nice impression on the back. Get rid of them. I'm going to put that on there. Now then, I've a couple of choices here. Got some of the purple cards, so I could stick that on there and then stick that on there. Or I have this Angelina hair. Excuse me. Which is a selection of really fine fibres, as you can see here. And basically what you do is you sandwich them between two pieces of paper or greaseproof paper, and then you press it with the iron and it forms like a fabric, which I thought I could actually have around the outside of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some of this Angelina hair just to sort of see what it looks like and see if I want to use it. I might decide not to use it, but it might be something again that you want to look into getting it. Okay, so get my little iron. Iron, where have you gone? Ooh, iron. Oh, you're there. I don't remember where I got it. Switch that on. And we get 2 pieces of deli paper. And my little ironing board. Have it that way around because I'm right-handed. Let me put you down on the hard surface. Move my squizzers. Okay. I haven't done this for years either. Used to use this a lot in embroidery. Is it again, someone asked me the other day, oh, blimey, it's just stuck down well. Someone asked me the other day if I had ever been a teacher, and I thought I'd try and answer that in this video today. But I'll wait until I've done this a little bit. So you can see, look, it's really like a fine hair, really fine fibres. So we just lay it down. I want to form a kind of rectangle with it. Oh, there you go then, Kim. See, they say, don't they, that you learn something new every day. Okay, want a little bit more along the bottom. Break the strands up into little individual sections. Okay. Make sure I'm in shot. Okay, so all I've done is I've just separated the fibres a little and just put them in a bit of a rectangle. Then I'm going to place that one on top. Now I've got to be careful because some of these strands are overhanging the edge, and I don't want to get them in contact with the iron. All I'm doing is just pressing, and this is quite hot, this iron. Okay, let's let that cool. Blow. Can everyone blow on it? Might need to go over it again, but we'll have a look. Okay, peel this off. Let's see. There we go. So you can now see, look, that it's created this kind of fabric. I'm just waiting for it to show up on screen so that I can see what it looks like for you. See if I've got it in the right place. So yeah, and it's like holographic. This particular one has got like holographic fibers. So you might not see the different colours that it creates. Okay, so if I lay it back down on there, you can kind of see now that it's formed this kind of fabric. Now obviously the more I add to it, the denser it will be. Okay, so what I was thinking of was putting that on the purple and then having some of this coming out from behind, or just putting that on there and having the fibres coming out from around it. Okay, I'll show you in a sec, because I'm kind of thinking that I don't want this on that purple. I'm kind of thinking that I want that on there. So I want to add some more fibres on this side here, or I cut it sort of down the middle and then shift that bit across. I think I might add some more fibres to it. So I'll show you again. It is called Angelina, but there's all sorts of different types that you can buy as well. It's also called angel hair sometimes. This, as I say, this is an old pack. I've had this one for years as well. I'm going to add some more on there. But again, especially if you like doing mixed media stuff, it creates a very different kind of background. Right, so let's make that a little bit more solid. Put that on top. What is the metal roll? Is it only yellow gold? Oh, hang on. Are you behind us, Margaret? It's a thing. I like that, Pat. Just Googled it. It's a thing. Where are you on about, Margaret? That. I've lost the label off mine now. But this one was called Light Brass Art Emboss. So it's just metal embossing. Okay, I love that. It's a thing. Of course it's a thing, Pat. Okay, peel that off. Peel that off. I've now got this fibre. Okay, remove my ironing board. Get me a bit of tissue. Get my book. Put them away. I think that by the time I've put that on there and then that on top, I think that will look really quite effective. Especially as it's got all these loose fibres coming out from behind it as well. So the loose fibres are coming over here too. Yeah, me likey. Okay. So, let's just see if I can pull this away. Rip it. Move you. Don't want to be ripping you. You took me ages to do. I don't want to be ruining you. Okay. See how tall I want it. So about to there. Okay, a bit further down. And I can save all these bits. There, and then rip it across there. There we go. So I could use these later on. Take all these loose fibre bits off for now. I could even put those in between my two pieces of deli paper and meld all of those together. Okay. I think that on there. Where's that bit of purple gone? Don't want that maybe underneath. No. No. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Glue. Paintbrush. What are you using to iron it on? Deli paper. That's what I used. Okay. Leave my glue away from the iron. I need to leave my iron on. And I'm going to use, put you over there, away from the iron as well. I'm going to use my my matte gel medium. Now this is a page that I printed on my inkjet printer, so it means that the image is going to get distorted and all the colours are going to show through, because obviously it's getting some liquid on it, albeit a thick liquid. Can you see? Look, it's changing colour a bit. Actually, my small ironing board is actually a cot mattress. When I worked at John Lewis, they had a cot mattress that they'd had on display, and it had got broken, and so I nabbed that bottom bit, which was the cot mattress bit. So I was like, I could use that as an ironing board. So that's what I did. I'm then going to put some of the matte gel on top of this, on the back side, very carefully around the edge. some through the middle. And I do hope that if you enjoy what I'm making here, that you'll share it with other groups and friends, even if you have a go yourself, and link back once you've shown what you've created and go, oh, have you seen what that Carol's made with angel hair? Did you know it was a thing? There you go, Pat. That's what you could put. Did you know it was a thing? The ink's printed off. Okay. Sit that on top of there. Because the more the merrier come to play. Let me just wipe that off there. I want to get it on my book. Okay, now I'm going to leave that to just settle. It needs some more glue on it, but I'm going to leave it to just settle a bit because it's a bit wrinkly crinkly. Okay, has anybody got any questions that they want to ask me so far about that bit? Put them away. It's just something a little bit different, isn't it? You know? I can see, look, all of this under here has just come a bit loose, so I know that that needs a bit more glue on. So I might need to spend a little bit more time with it after I've finished on the live to just have a little bit of a play to make sure that it's all just caught in place all nicely. But that now gives me that on there. And as I say, it's a bit wrinkly crinkly at the minute, but it'll dry out a little bit flatter, but I just want to be careful with it because it is a little bit delicate. Okay, put that in the ruins. Okay, I just need to call something up on my computer because I need to print something off. And again, it's something that I'm going to show you as well. So let me just call up this file that I want. There we go. And that's the page that I want. Okay. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Telling Jenny how Carol is amazing. Thank you. I haven't sealed the rubbing, but I should do because I've used the scribble sticks and these react to water. Not that I'm intending to get water on here, but I might put some sealant on it later. What I'll do is I'll do a test piece on some spare tracing paper, and then I'll try different mediums on top to see which one's going to be best to seal it. But I haven't at the moment, but I will be because I do want to protect it a little bit. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. That's really kind of you. Did she use angel hair or miss it? Looks like moss on our trees here in the South USA. I used Angelina. So you can get angel hair, but I use the Angelina. Okay, so that's how that works. And then, as I say, I've got these pieces. In fact, I could have added a bit on there, couldn't I? And put my buttons on top of that. That would look nice. I might even do that. Might do that later. Okay, that's that bit. Next bit. I'm just going to put this to one side to allow that to dry. Now then, this next bit, I want my ironing board back. There we go. What I've got here is I've got a piece of freezer paper. Oh yes, let me answer that question whilst I'm doing this bit. Were you a teacher? Yes and no. Yes and no is the answer to that. So a brief history of my crafting life. Okay, I have always done arts and crafts. I got into embroidery and I became an embroidery designer. But I felt that I needed a formal qualification to be able to teach. So this was like, hang on, how old am I? Yeah, so I would have been 30 odd years ago anyway. So I went to study what's called City and Guilds here in the UK in embroidery. Because I thought I'd better off having a formal qualification. And I went along to the City and Guilds in embroidery, and she was trying to teach me a different form of embroidery than I wanted to do. She was trying to get me to do very modern, almost like a little bit like the difference between someone making a journal kit with a digital kit and someone doing mixed media. Okay, big difference between the two. And the sort of embroidery I wanted to do was not mixed media type, but she was wanting to do me to do mixed media type embroidery. So it wasn't quite my cup of tea. But part of the course was we had to do historical information on different types of embroidery. That was right up my street. But the other ladies that were on the course didn't know how to do, and we had to do samples of those sorts of embroideries as well. Well, that was what I did. And so I was ending up teaching these ladies how to do, Susan and Popo were like this. I was teaching them how to do hardanger. I was teaching them how to do black work. I was teaching them how to do all these different types of embroideries and the historical side of it. And I thought, hang on a minute, she's getting paid like 30 odd pound an hour. And I'm not, and I'm teaching. So I thought maybe I don't need to get a formal qualification to teach. So I'd got this little shop called In Stitches, and I started teaching privately. And then I started creating my own embroidery designs. And if you type into Google search Carol Tinson embroidery, you will see a lot of my embroidery designs come up, and little stories about me as well you'll find dotted on the internet here and there. Jane, is Jane still here? Jane had a little craft shop as well, and I used to go and teach at her craft shop. I've always taught privately at home as well. I've travelled to America and taught over in America. A few years ago, I went on a cruise and I was the teacher for embroidery on the cruise. But since I've moved here, I don't know anyone. So I had to give up all my classes as well because of COVID. Brilliant. So in a form, yes, I've always taught, but I've done it privately. I haven't gone to, and taught at a school or night school or anything like that, but I've always taught privately. So, right, let's get back to this. I hope that answers the question. So this is a piece of freezer paper. So it's got a matte side and it's got a shiny side, and I want it shiny side up. I've cut myself a piece of tissue paper, and I am going to iron the tissue paper, and what will happen is it adheres to the freezer paper. Okay, so just going to quickly run that over there, And this means then that I can put this through the printer. Now you will need to know your own printer well enough to know which way up this paper will need to go through so that it prints it on the tissue paper. Okay, so I know that I need to put mine that way up. So this is the tissue paper side, so that this will go like that through my printer. All right, so it'll print on here. So I just need to put this in and get printing, and then I'll come back and show you what I've printed off, because I want it to be quite delicate. So, and that freezer paper was cut to the size that my paper is, which for us here in the UK is A4. Yes, and go to the page I want to print, which is there. I want you to print page 10, please, if you would. Print, come on. There we go, page 10. Check the properties to make sure that it's going to print it right. Now, you see, you weren't on the right setting, were you? Ah, you've been a little tinker. Okay, there we go. General printing. Make sure it's on A4. It is, so that's good. We're good to go. And print. Right, we're printing. We're printing. Okay, let's get rid of this. I'm going to bring my book back. This isn't dry just quite yet. And then on the next page, I've got this tiny little flap. So, oh, hang on, it's flashing at me. What are you flashing at me? Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. So I'm going to staple down this little flat bit, which I can't do because the stapler's downstairs. And then I'm going to slot in here a piece of paper. Okay, so basically I have a HP ink program. I've got a HP printer, and it's inkjet printing. And with the HP program, what you get is you get your inks sort of free of charge. You choose the ink program that you want to use, because there are varying levels. So it goes, I can't remember now, something like, and I'm going to say it in pounds, so I don't know what it is in dollars. So say $1.99 a month for 100 prints. But it means that every time you start to run out of your ink, HP send them to you in the post. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to buy any of your inks. It's all included. I'm on, I'm trying to think now, mine's £9.99 a month, and I'm on the 300 copies a month. But it means that because it's connected to the internet, once it starts to run out a little bit, they then send me some more colours. So I get a colour cartridge and a black cartridge. So they'll send me out what I need. Now, I'm fortunate because I actually went on to the biggest one that they had, which I think is now $15.99 a month, and that's for 500 copies a month, because I was making journals with digital kits on the design teams that I was on. So I was constantly printing out papers, and I've got a surplus of inks because they made sure that I'd got plenty in stock. So it means that when I run out, I can use what I've got in my stock, and then they send me some more out in the meantime. It's worked out brilliantly for me because the colour cartridges were about £20 odd for a colour one, and about £15, £16 for a black cartridge. And I was going through one of those each month. So that's, what's that, 25, 35, 40. So it's costing me £40 to £45 every month on ink, where it's only costing me, well, it was costing me like £15 a month to be on the programme. So it was saving me like £30 a month on me buying ink, so that's why I use it. I actually want a LaserJet printer, but I can't afford one, so that's not happening anytime soon. Okay, so this is still wet and crinkly, so I'm going to leave it still to dry. But this little flappy bit here, I want to staple it down because I want to insert. I showed you these papers last night. I got these off Amazon, and I have added them to my Amazon shop, and it's under the papers section, and they're a handmade paper, and they've got torn edges and they've been inked on the edge. What I want to do is I want to cut a piece or rip a piece so that it will slot in there, and I want to make this sort of my index page, because as I've said, I'm going to split mine into different chapters. So what I want to do, check the size, Carol. I want to rip it to about there. I love that. I will tell the copy gods to put you on the list for a laser printer. Thanks, Sylvia. So carefully rip down there. And it's giving me a lovely fibrous edge here that I can ink up. Okay, and then I want it to about there. Okay, so again, put that to one side, let that dry. Now then, this is what I've just printed off, and this was part of the digital kit. Again, in the pop-up shop this month or this weekend, I have left in the Royal digital kit, the Royal Portraits digital kit, and the British digital kit. This will be the last time that those kits are going to be available. Okay, so I'm going to peel this off. I've ripped it. That's not very clever, Carol. Oh, ripped it again. I've ironed it so well. Okay, come on. Play nicely. Ripping for some reason. Must be very, very delicate blooming tissue paper, this. Okay. You will come off. Right. I am going to cut this bit out. I'll deal with you later. It's because it knows. It knows. I want to add one of these on here. So let's cut you out. Take a little bit of the excess off. Okay. Put you to one side a minute. Get that piece of deli paper back out. Ink up the edge. What's that, Margaret? You're a great imparter of knowledge and techniques. Whatever you call it. Okay, just going to catch the edge and ink up the edge where I've ripped it. Because it's so fibrous, it will pick up that ink really well. And again, I want my little brush. And I'm just going to put that to the side so that I can see how much glue I want on lengthwise. See that on top of that. And I'm going to use these tissue pieces on some of the other pages as well, put them at sort of the top of a page to just add a little bit of formal decoration. Put a little bit of glue on the top. Talk amongst yourselves a minute while I'm gluing. I'll fluff that bit up. Just ripping some of that tissue away. Okay. So that's what that sort of looks like now. And as I say, if I can get that tissue paper off that freezer paper, I will be adding some more of these onto other pages in my journal. Who was it who was asking me about the brush I was using last night? Was it a posh brush? Was it a special brush? This, and I was using, I forgot what I was doing, but it was just a cheapy kids brush that I was using. Was it Tony? Tony, was it you who asked me? I can't remember now. And so that, once this page has dried and I've stapled that down, that will sit in there. And then I'm just reading in Perlis' message. Met him, I was 18 years, it took him 4 years to catch me. I was married for 38 years, 4 kids. We were separated the last 14. Oh. Okay. Everyone's putting in sorry for your loss, so I'm presuming he's passed. It's always sad, isn't it, when someone passes? Okay, so that's going to sit in there. And hopefully that tissue paper will kind of blend into the background a bit, and then I'll be able to write all my different chapters on this bit of paper here, and then I'll be able to pull that out I could even do a second page if I needed to and add that onto there. So that's going to sit in there like that. Okay, so far we haven't got very far, but we've got this pocket, we've got the genealogy bit, we'll do the buttons across there, put some gold on, we've done the angel hair, we've done the brush rubbing bit, or the book rubbing bit. We've got this piece of paper here with the tissue paper decoration on, which again was from the digital kit. So I'm going to put all of those to one side to dry, because now comes the fun part. I want to make in fact, no, I'll tell you what, whilst I've got the iron on, there's something special that I want to show you. Oh, itchy. Oh, let me have a slurp of my tea. How long have we been on? What time is it? Oh, it's 8:30. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to message Alicia as well to get tea on. So I don't want to keep you for too much longer. Let me just send her a message. Alicia, you can start prepping dinner, but 40 other ladies also want it. There we go. That's a message sent to her. Oh, I got a thumbs up. Okay. Whilst I've got the iron out, I want to show you something else that I'm going to do for this journal. And the reason why I'm showing you is it's the reason why I've done the material on fibers pack. Okay, so you're supposed to use proper velvet, proper silk velvet, but I don't have any. This is as near to velvet as I've got. Okay, if it's got that shiny on the back, don't use it because it won't work. But this has got a cotton back to it. Okay, and you will need an iron, and you will need rubber stamps. All right, so your old rubber stamps that are on wood, use those. Don't use any of your modern stamps. So any of these, so you know, on the old ones that we used to get, on the wood with the piece of rubber on. Okay, so don't be using any of these or any of your Tim Holtz's, because you'll ruin them. You can also use wood stamps. Okay, so you can use your wood stamps as well and do it with that. And what I want to do with mine is I've got these lovely leafy stamps here. Okay, so I'm going to line them up in a nice long line. And then I'm going to put my fabric on top. So I'm going to put it the right side down. Now what you need to remember is if you use stamps that have got words on, what we're going to do, it will imprint the stamp, the words, the wrong way round. So try to avoid anything that has got any kind of written word on it. All right, so I'm going to put this face down. In fact, I'm going to do it that way. Okay, and then I'm just going to lay my fabric on top. Now you may want to put a piece of deli paper on top of this. I'm not going to, and I've got my iron on hot, And then I'm just going to press it with the iron. And you will start to see an impression of the rubber coming through to the back of the fabric. You may want to have a window open because obviously you're going to get the smell of the rubber heating up. You might also get some smoke coming off it because it's so hot. So I've got some coming off now. You might also want to have a glass of water to hand just in case you do happen to have your iron too hot and you set it all alight. Because that's a possibility. But you just keep pressing it. Right, now with real velvet, it'll work better. It does work on this because I've tried it. And because I'm on live, it now probably won't do it. But we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. And then when you pull it off, yeah, I've moved it so it's kind of smudged it. So I'm going to do another one. But it does leave the impression on the fabric. So let me do one more on this bit here, because I can hold it just on one. There we go. But I want to do some long strips. There we go. I can see the impression now. Can you see the impression on there? Like, there we go. So that you end up with, let me turn it the right way around. There we go. So can you see that embossed leaf on the fabric? And that's why I've done the material pack with, you get 2 pieces of this fabric. Okay, so it leaves the embossed impression. Okay, but it does need to be rubber. You can't do it with any other stamps. It's got to be your rubber one. So let's have a go at doing this one, see what that looks like. But as I say, I want to do some long strip pieces. Let's just hold that on there for a bit. So I think there's a fair few new people on here. I hope that you're enjoying watching, and I hope that you'll subscribe and give me a thumbs up, because that helps with the algorithms that YouTube set. And I hope that you'll share with your friends. This one's not printing very well. I hope that you'll share with your friends so that they come along as well. And even more so, I hope that you'll have a go. Oh, it's starting to turn now. I hope that you'll have a go at some of these things. Well, that's the rubber, you see. The rubber doesn't melt. It would take some heat to melt the rubber. Right. There. So there we go. Look, we've got a little bit of an impression on that one. I can smell that rubber. These are working better. These are more defined. These. That one's quite a subtle definition on that rubber. But it does do it. But it's another thing for you to just have a little bit of a play with. But as I say, what I want to do is I want to do some long ones. So I need to go and look through all my old rubber stamps. I want to find a long one because I want to do a strip or a bookmark with the purple velvet fabric. Okay, so I can switch my iron off now. Okay, and then I can put that away. So that's why I've done the fabric packs on the pop-up shop for this weekend, so that you can consider having a little play doing that. Okay, showing you that bit. Done that bit. Turn the iron off. Done that, so that we're nice and safe. Yeah. Yeah, on hot. Needs to be hot. But obviously, test it out first, because your iron might be different to mine. So try it on a medium, on a corner of your fabric, and then you can adjust your heat accordingly. But it does need to be fairly hot to be able to go through the thickness of the fabric. Okay. Just give me a couple of minutes to have a swig on my tea. Take a tote on my doofers. And I'm on to one more thing, and then I'm going to go for my chicken dinner. My winner chicken dinner. Okay, I have no measurements for this next bit. So I'm actually going to do this backwards, back to front, so that you can see how you would need to work this bit out. Okay, but I'm going to do a push me pull ya, pull me push ya card, so that these two images are going to be coming from inside this card, and they'll extend out. Okay, so that they will be likey that. Okay, and then you push them back in and they hide inside of the card. Okay, I haven't worked out measurements because everyone will choose different sizes of pictures, and that's why I've not done any measurements. Okay, so I chose two images from the digital kit that were of a similar size to each other. And what I've actually done is I've put them through the laminating machine, and I've used the matte laminator so that they're not shiny, but I've done it so that they're only laminated on the front side. It's bare paper on the back. It's dead easy, Julie. Dead easy. Okay, so as I say, everyone will use different sizes, because I've also had to think about the size of my book as well. Where is my book? It's there. Come to mummy. And this I'm going to do on this page. So this is the card that those images are going to be sat in. All right, so it's a folded piece of card, and this piece that I've got is patterned. Okay, and it's big enough to be able to sit on that page. So again, I can't give you any sizes because it will depend on the book that you're putting it in. It will depend on the page size that you're putting it on. But the card needs to be bigger than the two images that you're going to be using. All right. Well, if you follow it step by step, Julie, you should be fine. And you're used to making cards, so you should be able to do this. All right. So this relates to my page size. These relate to being smaller than this page. You don't use steam. You want it as a dry iron. You don't want steam. All right. Now then, we need the mechanism that is going to sit inside the card that is going to make these two be able to do the push me pull you thing. Okay. So we know that we need a piece of card that's going to sit inside here. So it's going to be near enough the same size as the inside of the card. And these are going to fit in here nicely. Okay. So we want a firm piece of card. Put you away. Paper trimmer. I sound like you, Impala Mama. Oh, is that a good thing? If it's a good thing, I'll take it. Okay, so this is just under 4 3/4 inches. So I'm going to cut my piece of card to 4.5 inches. All right. So 4.5 inches wide. So it needs to be smaller than the inside of your card. Right, so it's smaller widthways, and I need it to be slightly smaller height-wise as well. So I'm just going to press that with my nail, because as you know, I'm not really one for measuring. Okay, so that's my piece of card that is now going to sit on the inside of my card. With me so far, Julie? Okay, I want to form this into a letter H shape. So if I get my pencil. Okay, so I want my H to be slightly narrower than the width of my picture. So if I mark it there and there. I like that. Yes. So I am going to cut out a piece like that. Okay, and then I'm going to cut another one out at the opposite side. So I've got a funny shape H. But this needs to be a firm piece of card because this is the mechanism itself. Okay, and then that there, that there. Okay, with me so far. Go on, Julie, do me another yes. Okay, I've then got a piece of plastic. Now, it can be a plastic carrier bag. It can be one of these folder things, but it needs to be long enough to wrap around that centre part there. I like that. Yes. Right, so the width needs to be fractionally narrower than that H bit. Okay, so I'm just going to cut. Whee! Along there. And I need to cut along. I've got the seam bit there and I've got the seam bit at the bottom, so I need to trim them off. Okay, cookie, good cookie. So that is going to sit on top of that bit of plastic, and I'm going to wrap it round. Now I can see that I need to trim it down a little bit narrower. So I'm going to trim a little bit more off, because I want it to slide around that shape really easily. So you can see, look, you don't need any measurements to be able to make this. You just need to know how the mechanism works. Okay. So this bit of plastic finishes here. And I want to pull this piece down and overlap it so that it will join the two together, but overlapping. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off some of that excess there. And you can use double-sided tape, which I very, 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 very rarely use this. As you can tell, not very often, very rarely, very, very rarely. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that little bit of double-sided tape up near the top edge of that bit of plastic. Make sure it's burnished down well. Peel off that paper backing or plastic backing, wrap that around and sit it over the top, and then on this edge of the plastic that I've just pulled down, I'm just going to use a bit of this magic tape to just sit that on there, and that should now be able to move around that bit of card. Okay, can you all see that? Okay, that moving round. And these two top bits here, this bit that we've cut out, helps to keep this in place. If we didn't have this little cutout here, this piece of plastic would keep slipping off the edge as it slides around. Okay, so that's my H done. That's going to sit inside my card here. All right, come back to that in a minute, because the other thing that I want to do with these is I want to give them just a little bit of a purple border. So I'm going to stick them onto there, which is why I've only laminated one side, so that I can glue them in place on the purple card. Now, what you need to remember is, whilst I'm doing this for the Royal Jubilee, any of these techniques can be used on any design for any journal. So this could be roses. It could be a picture of our Ruth, you know, on my new digital kit. Could be a picture of that. Could be a bug. Could be whatever you want the images to be. So this could go in any journal whatsoever. Okay, I'll do the same on this one. I'll put that down in that corner, because then I've got a nice right angle down there. And we'll cut that out. I just wanted a little bit of the purple following through the journal, so that's why I'm just adding a purple background. You don't have to add the background on, it's just what I'm doing with mine. Okay, now that glue has just curled the paper a little bit, so I'm just manipulating it to just straighten it out a little bit. Okay, now this is the bit I always get wrong. So I want this one at the top. Is that right? Am I doing that right? Do I want it stuck at the bottom? And then I always get this bit wrong. Just bear with me. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Oh, heck. Hang on a minute. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to have to watch the video that I was watching. Right, it's that bit there. Okay, that bit there. I was watching a Do Crafts video. So let me just... Sounds off, so I can just play it. Just bear with me. Right, so she put that one there. Okay, and then she turned it over and she put that one there. Okay, right. So this top one, the one that I want coming out the top, is going to sit on this top edge of the plastic here. So let me put you on pause a minute, lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Very helpful, that. Okay. Double-sided tape. Oh, it's curled over. Our Alicia will be going, Hannah, your dinner's ready. Fortunately, nearly done. Okay, so my H is sideways on. This is the picture that I want coming out the top. So that's going to sit there. Hopefully. Oh. Helps if you take the backing off. It doesn't stick otherwise, Carol. Oh dear. What a numpty. Okay, try again. Yeah, call yourself a professional woman. Okay, so that's going to stick there like that. Like that. Just like that. It's going to stick there like that. Okay. Yeah, it's no good telling me now, Julie. Okay, so then from there... Oh, heck, I've forgotten again. Oh, this is I keep getting this bit wrong. I did it earlier when I was practicing. I was like, oh, that's going to be fiddly to remember which way around that goes. Okay, so that goes that way. Thank you, love. And then flip it over that way, and that one goes that way. I tell you what, we'll put a tiny little bit of tape on and we'll just check, because it was just my luck. I've put one of them on the wrong way around. Right, and then that will go there. And that will go there. Yeah, that's the wrong way around. As if it does that, that picture's the wrong way around. Okay. So that needs to be turned over. I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, so that will go. It's easy, this, Julie. It's easy. So that will roll down like that. So that will roll down like that. And that will be there like that. So then when that rolls back up, that will go back down. Okay, let's do it that way, Carol. Let's do it that way. Oh, fiddler diddler day. Okay. So put you on there. And if I don't get this bit right, I'll go and have another practice run. And we'll do it again tomorrow. My backing don't want to come off now. Come on. Okay, so I might have to cut this card down a bit as well. So I think it's too big, and I'm going to chop off Lizzie's head. Look, I'm going to chop off her head. So I'm going to have to cut that down somewhat, aren't I? Tell you what, I think I'm going to leave this and do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do a... No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick with it now. Do it now. Come on. Come on, Carol. Right, so that'll be like that, and that'll be like that. Okay, so... chop them H's down somewhat. Same on that side. You know, these card makers make it look so simple. Okay, and then that will need to be chopped down to about there. Whew. Okay, so that will go in there like that. A bit more off that bottom tab. Yeah, I'm going to cut a thumb hole in a minute. That bit like that. Okay. So that will go in like that. So I don't get to see the full Lizzie. Oh. So I might have to do a thumb hole here as well, just to be able to see her. Okay, okay. Oops. Squircle punch. That's a squircle punch, Carol. That one is. Okay. Let me just see where her head is. Pencil. So I want my squircle about there. I want the smaller one. Sorry, I'm just talking amongst myself for a minute. Okay. Let's do that one there. At least that's showing a bit, isn't it? Do the same at the opposite side. As I say, if this doesn't work, I'll work on it in the morning and figure out where I went wrong. Okay, so I need glue on the back first. So then I put a line of glue there and a line of glue there. And then put the back down. I think I'll put her on a little bit skew-iffy. And then we want glue across there. So that shuts that too. Oh, it's easy this, Julie. And then they should slide against. Right, I'm sticking somewhere. Let me just quickly open you back up. I don't know why. I don't know what that's catching on. Oh, I think it's that bit. Okay. 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 I think, yeah. Right. I am going to play with this again in the morning. And we'll get it right tomorrow. So then that should come on full, but my plastic's catching. So I need to see about redoing that plastic, because that plastic is catching on the card on the inside because I cut down that H too much. So this is a fail. I failed miserably on a real simple technique. But that should slide in and out of there quite easily, and it's not. So I'm going to take that apart, fiddle about with that tomorrow, and we'll come back and we'll redo this tomorrow. But one other thing that I want to show you, and then I'm definitely going off. This is what I want on the front of this here. And again, this was in the digital kit. So I will be cutting this out properly tomorrow. Yeah, not a fail. It was a learning experiment. Oh, I can smell me tea. Woo! And then I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir crystal pen. Let's give it a bit of a shake. And if you push the sides, the ink falls into the barrel here. So let's just test it on a scrap bit. Make sure I've got ink in there. And it comes out sparkly. And I found that if I go over the top of these letters with this sparkly pen, even though it's been done on the inkjet, it makes the letters all sparkly because it's a sparkly pen, surprisingly enough. So just using the tip. And again, I'm going to continue this bit tomorrow because it's going a bit dark now as well here. So you can't really see it properly, but it leaves all the letters all nice and sparkly using this Spectrum Noir pen. Okay, and then I'll cut that down to size and I'll add that on the front. All right, and then that will go inside of my journal, but I need to redo that bit there, and then that's what I'll be doing on the front there. Okay, I'm calling it a night, mainly because I can smell my tea and I'm starving Marvin and it's 9:15, and really that's too late to be having my dinner, but hey ho. Okay, thank you very much for joining me all. It's been lovely having you here. Yeah, it's the same as the Wink of Stella, but they sell 3 of these in a pack. So yeah, so hopefully my pages will be dry, so that you'll get a better view of what that looks like. I'll go through that again, and then we'll do another embellishment tomorrow as well. Pop-up shop will be in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. So after I've eaten my dinner, I'll take some photographs and add the last bit of info to the pop-up shop. So please, if you're on Facebook and my Facebook group, pop along and have a look. There might be something there that you might want to purchase. Thank you very much, Jubilee, for holding the fort. Love you to bits. Thank you very much. And it's been lovely seeing you all here. As I say, please like, subscribe, share, create a better job than me. Oh dear. Well, we can't be perfection all the time, can we? And as I say, you might want to go and have a look at, see if you can find some angel hair. But yeah, I quite like that. Bit more glue on there. Job's a good one. Okay, I don't know what time I'll be about tomorrow. Depending on how I get on, I might even do oh, Natalie's here as well. Thank you, Natalie. I hadn't realised you were here too, so thank you to you too for moderating. Don't think any of the others are here, are they? Just, I don't want to miss anyone like I just did with you, Natalie. Sorry. So yeah, we'll do some more tomorrow. Don't know what time. I'll put it up on Facebook. I might even do 2 sessions tomorrow. I'll see how I'm feeling. See how far I get with redoing this. And thank you for joining me. See you all tomorrow. Draw. Love ya. Bye. Oh God. Oh, poor old soul. Been sat on my bum too long. Right, I'm going. Try, ladies. Bye. Thank you for joining me. Bye.